I'm in a kind of interesting spot as a filmmaker and an actor. There are certain genres that I'm definitely curious about that I can explore as an actor and sort of check off my list and not have to explore them as a filmmaker. So one missed call, and I have this other movie, 27 Dresses, which is a very broad romantic comedy. It's fun to step into those genres as an actor and give them 3 months of your life as opposed to give them 2 years of your life like you might as a filmmaker. So the horror genre probably isn't something I would explore as a filmmaker. Yeah, I mean, McMullen was, in a way, a overnight success, even though it took a long time for me to raise the little bit of money, and it took us over 9 months to shoot the film, shooting on weekends and things like that. Took it to Sundance, and then in one day basically sold it and then won the Best Picture there. And you knew then that your life was never going to be the same. I was flown out to Los Angeles and all of a sudden was taken out to dinner at these great restaurants and meeting all like the big shot agents. And by the time I left LA that first week, I'd set up my next movie. So it was a pretty heady time. Once I had kids, I kind of made a concerted effort to stay at home. I did sort of 3 of my little movies almost back to back so that I could stay in New York and be there for my kids during those important formative years. And even now, as I look for acting gigs, we try and keep me on the East Coast and as close to New York as we can. I don't really know that I'm the director that's necessarily out there for the Irish American experience, but having grown up in a pretty, in an Irish American community and certainly surrounded by that culture, they always tell you to write what you know. So, a number of my films have dipped back into that world. And I know it, and I have an affinity for it, so I wear it like a badge of honor. But also, being a little bit of a history buff, most of my interests have to do with kind of the Irish American experience. So even the next film I'm doing is takes a look at social conditions and overcrowded tenements and the Hell's Kitchen in New York at the turn of the century. So that again was born out of just my interest in my grandparents' experience. There's a great quote from Sam Peckinpah that says, when you see a movie, you better know who the devil made it or who the hell made it. And that's kind of what I've tried to do. There's a reason I don't make, there's a reason I don't jump from genre to genre as a filmmaker. I've always been drawn to filmmakers that are constantly kind of making a similar type of film, if not sort of in the genre of film, thematically. So that's kind of the career that I hope to have.